So you'll see here what we have is we don't have 8 bank tabs, but we do have 6 bank tabs. And these would be referred to as reverse tabs because it's going to start at the bottom and go to the top. It's important that if you want straight tabs, you buy straight tabs because the KM is going to give you exactly what you put into it. If you put into reverse, it's going to come out reverse. If you put them in straight, it's going to come out straight. Whereas some other machines will flip it for a lot of complicated head scratching reasons. But it's important just to remember that if you want straight, buy straight. If you want reverse, buy reverse. I'm going to feed mine from tray 5. I've got this set up to be tabs. For creating tabs, the most useful thing is Jobmaster. Currently in your configuration you have Impose, you do not have Jobmaster. Since you aren't actually doing tabs now, I will show you the proper procedure using Jobmaster. You could still use a template like you sent. You would just have to set up the file, drop it in, and then you wouldn't be able to create tabs or write on tabs, but the process would still be very, very similar. So in this case, I've just got a basic little file called configuration, and I can open that in Jobmaster. Once Jobmaster is open, let me shrink that down some so you can see a little bit better. Once Jobmaster is open, I don't actually want these. I could insert a tab here, and I'll say create a new tab. And then what I have to do is define the tab type, because tabs aren't just as simple as a media and a paper and that type that you have, whether it's reverse or straight. The weight, the number of tabs in it, so you just hit edit tab, and then it gives me the ability to choose a media preset. So I can hit edit, and we did not have 8 bank tabs, we had 6 bank tabs. If I go back to the stock I created, which is a 6 bank tab copy 1, you'll see it tells me that the number of tabs is 6, and this is set for forward. If I leave this set for forward, it's going to go from top to bottom. What we want is bottom to top because our tabs that we have are reverse collated. So I'm going to drop down and choose reverse. So now this tells me that my tab set is a 6 bank tab copy that I've created a stock for. It's a reverse sequence and it's 6 banks, and I'll say okay. Now I could go ahead and type on this first tab if I wanted to and say okay, and then I could insert another tab. I can come up and just choose here and insert a tab, and I can just say use what we just created, and it's going to make that the first one because it's before this one. But in our case, I'm just going to create 6 tabs. So I'm going to delete these sheets because I don't really need them. So I'm going to delete the sheets, and now you can see I got my first tab, my second tab. It's calling the stock 6 bank tab copy 1, and I can just insert tabs and just keep doing that. Insert my third, insert my fourth, insert my fifth, and insert my sixth. Now this is why I said I'm not going to enter the text at one time individually, because now when I click edit tab, you'll see I have all 6 tabs here in front of me. And so inside of Jobmaster, I could click the tab and I could say this is tab 1, this is tab 2, this is tab 3, this is tab 4, tab 5, and finally tab 6. You'll also see I could have done things like change my font. So I could select this text, change my font. Let's try to find something. Let's make it wingdings. I could change my font, and you see it changes up here in the wingdings. We won't do that. We'll leave it normal. I could change the size. I could change the color. Another cool thing that JobFlow allows you to do is put a background image on your tab. So I could hit browse, go out and find a JPEG, and put that as a background to my tab. So we'll just say okay. Now the other thing about this is because we've done it this way and it's defined inside the press as a 6 bank tab, the printer will be smart enough to eject the tabs if it needs to. So we're just going to close this. I'm going to say, yep, we're going to call this tabs. Yes. It's going to put the print file back out into the Fiery. So then you see I have my job here. Now, I also mentioned earlier that I had created the stock called tabs copy 1. You'll see here loaded in tray 5 is blank tabs copy 1. And if I go to the paper catalog, this is important because I want you to see this. When I open paper catalog, you'll see inside of the paper catalog the entries that I have. I have a 6 bank tab copy 1, which when you open that, you would see that it's in a tray. So let me change it. There's a set count of 6. So now all we have to do is tell our Fiery to print the job. So I'm going to right click the job and just tell it to print. Or I could just click the print button there and it takes off and it's going to print. See, when I flip it over, I've got tab 1, came out reverse collated, tab 1, tab 2, tab 3, tab 4, tab 5, tab 6. Again, this is all in selecting whether it's straight or forward versus reverse tabs, and then the number of banks.